sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Chiefs and the Jets, and it comes your way next.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here. And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one. Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row. And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones. And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep a string of good games going right here. Jones looking to throw right away. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. You talk about this Chiefs defense. And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL. And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now Jones. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he goes out right around the 39. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out at Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense. Partner, you know how guys always tell us it's not about the numbers, it's about the win. It's about the numbers, too. Almost 400 yards passing by him last week. What can he do in this one? Well, earned him AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Maybe he'll try to get 400-plus here and duplicate that honor again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Little. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry. No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Jones. A quick throw there is incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Little. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. In motion goes the tight end. Mahomes going to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Jets will take over. And New York set to take the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
The numbers in last week's ball game for Wilson. 7 catches, 85 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Devin Duvernay, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball is thrown.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
A gain of 7. First down, Chiefs.
Working from the gun, Mahomes.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. The Chiefs had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they moved back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Now Mahomes. He's going to find his tight end, Gray, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Quick hitter here. It's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up second down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes.
Throw over the middle, caught by the tight end, Gray.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
From the gun, it's Mahomes.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's got it. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. Now it's Mahomes again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Chiefs are an extra point away from drawing level.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And we are tied at 7. A 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
That's complete. It's Malachi Corley.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Looking to throw. Jones.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
He gets it underneath to Hall.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Caught by Wilson. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. This guy's proven himself to be one of the best in the NFL. He brings an added dimension to their offense with his ability to read defenses and know when he's able to pull it down and take off and go.
They go play action. Now Mahomes.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
New York ready to go again offensively. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall.
A little juke. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
59 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Jones. From the gun, he'll throw.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the Chiefs' 13-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
That's another Jets first down.
They'll run with Hall.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall. His second rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Jets have taken the lead.
Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a second and short. Here's Mahomes to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
They go play fake. Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. It's Little. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
He'll get this to Jennings over the middle.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a give, right side. Little. And he's going to be stopped well behind the line of scrimmage, and that's pretty much going to wipe out their gain from 1st down.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Now here's Mahomes. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
The Jets take it over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Now Jones.
This completes to Corley.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And that is too far out in front of his intended target. Incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Mahomes now to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Mahomes going to throw.
Finding Gray on the out route.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes.
A slant route caught by Bateman.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. They'll look to throw again.
He'll find Bateman once more.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now Mahomes.
Now throw right side here going to be incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. This is caught. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Butker's kick here is good, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we close out the first quarter of this season. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where you see the final score there. Justin Herbert, excellent in the victory as his guys move to 3-1 after 4 games. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Tennessee Titans. Clayton Tune, responsible for the lone touchdown in the game thus far as he's thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love, terrific in the air with over 400 passing yards there. We were treated to a solid first half out of the running back, Breece Hall. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
He finds Bateman over the middle.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Up the middle they go. It's Little. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Hard throw, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Jets offense and Breece Hall headed out onto the field. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Throwing, Jones.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
To throw, it's Mahomes.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, it's Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. That's Garcia. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Little, and he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw.
Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 33. They'll drop the throw.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Up the middle they go. Little. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. It's Little. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Butker's kick here is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
So here are the Jets now to take over. They were losers to New England a week ago. Now they find themselves in the lead here as they start 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's Hall again. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Hall ought to give up the middle. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 94 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Caught by Wilson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2.
Back to throw. Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And he is going to have a Jets first down, and he's going to have it by plenty, able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth.
A give running right is Hall.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, here's Hall.
And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to get the lead up to 4.
Boswell's kick is good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now.
So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 2. He'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll run on first down. It's Little. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Play action. Now it's Mahomes.
That's caught right side by Worthy.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Here's Mahomes to throw. He completes it to Evans. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now here's Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. It's Little. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Mahomes to throw once more. Touchdown!
Rashad Bateman.
A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Chiefs have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We've got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that gives them a 3-point lead. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. This completes to Corley.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, this offense hasn't been at their best here. They've made some mistakes. They've been frustrated. They've been largely shut down. But then you look up and say, wait a second, this is a one-score game. So they're still very much in this, and they're on the move here with a first down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Now Jones. And his throw is incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Back to throw again. He wants it all for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Here's the Jets punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
In motion, the tight end. Mahomes now to throw.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes.
That is caught.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Mahomes going to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 4.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Now Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete. critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
37 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's Jones throwing to start the drive.
This one finds Wilson downfield.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Jones.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick.
And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
KC's offense ready to take over. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes.
To the sideline and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now a give right side. Little. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Throwing now is Mahomes.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So the Jets now down by a field goal, 1:51 on the clock. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10.
Jones.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now Jones. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end.
Nice, well-coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
A big play in this football game. 3rd down and 1. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
That one taken in by Corley.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. Here's Jones. That's pulled in by Wilson.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 25-yard line. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Jones. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments. And anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
They'll give to Hall.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. One final shot. They'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
Well, this fan base on the losing side, Charles, they're going to be talking about this one for a while.